Yeah. You already know what time it is, man. Salute. It's your boy, Grown Man Business TV. Feel what I'm saying? You can tap in or you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest, and I suggest you tap in. So let's get right into it. Now, first and foremost, man, when you come into the chat, let me know if you can hear me clearly. You know what I mean? I want to make sure I'm heard loud and clear. My G's, loud and clear. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be at all times. At all times. So, salute to everybody that's going to come into the chat. Salute to everybody that's going to watch the chat afterwards. The analytics say that a lot of people come in after the chat. They come in after the chat. Salute to all the truck drivers. Salute to all the money getters out there. Salute to everybody getting up every day, hustling, grinding, getting to it. You understand me? And standing on grown man business at all times. At all times. Let me know. Put 100 in the chat if you can hear me. You feel what I'm saying? Salute to everybody that's highly invested in the channel. You know what I'm saying? First and foremost, I say this all the time. I like to say this all the time, and it's something that I live by. It's something that I absolutely live by, my G's. Listen, time and energy is the highest forms of currency. Time and energy is the highest form of currency. It's not money. It's not bling. It's not houses. It's not cars. It's none of those things. It's time and it's energy. You know what I mean? So salute to everybody that invests his time and energy into this channel. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be, regardless of what the people say, regardless of what you hear out there. A lot of people invest their time and their energy into this channel. Let me know if you can hear me in the chat. If you can hear me, put a 100 in the chat. That's all I need you to do. If not, it is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. Salute. Let me know you can hear me. Let me know you can hear me, Miss Wells. Put a 100 in the chat. You know, like I said, man, time and energy is the highest form of currency. It's the salute. That's all I needed to see. It's the highest form of currency, my G's. And like I said before, regardless of what you hear, regardless of what you think, regardless of what they say, you understand me? Time and energy is the highest form of currency. So I appreciate everybody that puts that time and that energy into the channel. When they see the live, when they see the videos, they go in, they comment, they say what they need to say, and they involve and they engage with the channel. Now, you see the title. You see the title, and I like to jump right in the water. I'm from 757. You see that charm right there, 8 carats, 757. I'm from Norfolk, VA. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. I'm from that tide water area. So I like to get right in and jump right into that water because I'm a big fish. You know what I'm saying? I'm a megalodon. I'm a big shark. I'm a heavy hitter. You know what I'm saying? Big weight when it comes to this. So let's talk about it now. We gonna have fun. Salute to everybody in the comments, salute to everybody in the DMs, chopping it up with me and giving me their feedback on the whole situation with the Drippy and the Zippy kid. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you this. When it comes to grown man business TV, it doesn't have to be serious all the time. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have fun with this thing. When it comes to grown man business, sometimes it's about, protecting yourself. Sometimes it's about protecting your name. You understand me? And sometimes it's just about having fun. And that's what we doing with the little Zippy guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna stay long on him. I'm gonna tap back in and out with the little Zippy guy because um he's a topic of discussion. You know what I'm saying? And I got a lot of people in the DMs. I got a lot of people in the comments telling me how they feel about the situation with the Drippy guy. But what you got to understand as well is that this is YouTube. This is YouTube, baby. This is an app that has been taken to another level. You know what I'm saying? And to engage with the algorithm, I ain't gonna lie, it's pretty fun. You know what I'm saying? One thing for sure, two things for certain. I didn't come to this channel and I didn't create this channel. I didn't create this brand to, jump in and out with the algorithm and engage with all the foolishness that goes on with YouTube. But I will say this, since I'm on this app, you know what I'm saying? When the spirit tells me, when the voices within tell me, hey, that's something you should engage with, have fun with that. I'm gonna treat it like a plate. I'm gonna treat it like a, what I'm saying, filet mignon. I'm gonna treat it like a freshly cooked steak, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna have dinner. And that's exactly what I've been doing with the Zippy, with the Drippy guy. It's time that the youngins get a real bird eye view. They get a real, you know what I'm saying, good width of what grown man business is. And then with that, you know, with that playhouse jail talk is. You got to understand something. One thing for sure, two things for certain. Grown man business will always trump jailhouse talk. Grown man business will always trump jailhouse talk. And you know, I'm gonna play with the algorithm. We're gonna have fun with the algorithm, because that's the only way to really get the numbers and really get people to get the message. Because to me, it's not about the views. I don't really care how many people come into the live chat. I don't care how many people view the video and do X, Y, and Z. For me, it's more about getting the message out there. It's more about getting the message out there. It's no beef. You know, so again, salute to everybody in the DMs, and salute to everybody in the comment section that's giving their opinion and feeling like it's something more than it is. It's not that. You know what I'm saying? Really, I say this. You know, grown man business and jailhouse talk having real dialogue would be, you know, would be astronomical. It would be a big deal. Me and Zippy actually having talked, two grown, you know, two grown men, you know, of age, you know what I'm saying, with different mindsets, different perspective on the situation, having dialogue. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of the times you're not gonna, you know, these jailhouse dudes, or you know, dudes on a lower frequency, they're not gonna want to have real grown man dialogue. They're not gonna want to have real talk. They just want to play, they want to make the memes, and we can do that too. You know what I'm saying? We having fun with that. Um, so that's all I'm doing with Lil Zippy. You know what I'm saying? He's a plate, man. He's a plate, and you know, the voices within telling me, eat that plate, get full, have that. That's all for you. We made that plate nice and fresh for you. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how you approach the situation. You could never get rid of grown man business. You could never get rid of grown men talking. You could never get rid of the perspective of a grown man. You know what I'm saying? The higher ups and the elites, everybody got they different angles, multiple different angles on how to get rid of grown man business. You understand? That's one of the reasons why the channel was called and named Grown Man Business. That's one of the reasons why the brand is made Grown Man Business, because when I was coming up, that's all we had. And you have all these different avenues for you to lose sight of grown man business. You know what I'm saying? You know, the 1, 2, 3 ABC. You already know what that is. The Rainbow Coalition. You understand what I'm saying? That's a system structured to get rid of grown man business. You know, the school to prison pipeline. That's another structure. That's another system put out here. That's another narrative put out here to get rid of grown man business, because you can't be a grown man sitting in jail all day. You can't be a grown man making money in jail, but having a problem making money on land. You can't be a grown man not paying your bills, sitting in jail. You already know. You seen the skits. You seen the shorts. Yeah, it is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. And one of the big reasons people flock to this channel, it's not because I sit on YouTube and go back and forth with content creators all day. It's just because when grown man business, you know, it comes far few in between. It's far few in between when you get a chance to hear a real man speaking from a real perspective of full blown man. Nothing short of it. You understand what I'm saying? You got to know, you know, I wasn't always in position. You know, you see the color of my skin. The system was made for me to fail. The system was put in position for me to fail. So when I was younger, you know, I definitely had some hiccups. I definitely fell into some you know, I fell into some traps. You know, the system, you know, was working overtime for somebody like me to be sitting down for 20 years, 30 years. They don't want guys like me. They don't want men like me to be free. You understand what I'm saying? So you gotta really understand. Like you know, I've been to jail before. You know, I know what it mean to. I did all that, all of that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always give a big salute and a shout out to Brooklyn, New York, East New York to be exact, because you know, maybe I'll do a story time and give y'all a real in-depth story about how I caught, you know, my biggest charge. I caught right there in Brooklyn, New York, right there in Kings County. Salute, salute. You know, I know about this, and you know, Lil Zippy, when he hear me talk, he know that I know about his area, his demographic. You know, the land that he claims, NYC. He know I know it in and out. I've been to the tombs. I've been to Rikers Island. You understand what I'm saying? I had a heavy case in Kings County. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. So I'm a threat. You understand me? I'm a threat when it comes to these dudes that get on YouTube and get to talking that talk and making a way. You know, they make a way on YouTube because the algorithm hears what they're talking about. The algorithm hears what they're glorifying, and that's what they want the youth to fall into. So why not? You know, you got a dude, he been to jail, he talking about running the yard, he talking about, listen, man, I've been out the country for about a week and some change, but I've been getting the earful of what's going on. I've been hearing that. I've been hearing it, man. You know, you was paying people's rent while you was in jail. Yeah, new lots. That 3 train ends on new lots. I know all about that. Pennsylvania Avenue, Linden Projects. Oh, they used to call me the gunman. I'm from Virginia, so you put two and two together why they called me the gunman. And I was up in NYC. You understand what I'm saying? So again, I'm a threat to these dudes, and I'm gonna have fun with them. You know, salute to everybody that checked out the last video. I just dropped the video. You know what I'm saying? Out there in San Juan, PR edition. You feel what I'm saying? Take flight with me where you can get a real good view of the trip I just took. You know what I'm saying? And I done took a lot of trips. So I'm getting a good feedback about that last video. If you haven't seen it, make sure you check it out after this live. I just posted it maybe an hour ago. And just giving you a glimpse of, a 5 diamond resort, man. When I travel, when me and my old lady travel, we don't do the embassy. You know what I'm saying? We not staying at the Econo Lodge. We not staying at the, the we not staying at the Marriott. So that video I just posted is just a glimpse of how I'm moving. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm a threat to these dudes. I'm a threat to these dudes because I could get up here and talk about going to Rikers Island. I could get up here and talk about how I went to Rikers Island. You know what I'm saying? And when I went up there, the guards told me, yo, man, you might want to take those DC Nikes off. I had a fresh pair of crispy white DCs, and I kept my DCs on, and I came home with my DC Nikes. You feel what I'm saying? I was only on Rikers Island for like 3 weeks. I made bail and got off, but you know, I came home with my sneakers, and I came home with about 13 numbers from inmates trying to link up with me when they got out because they knew what I was about. They knew what my case was about. They knew I was from Virginia, and I had a handful of them ratchets. Yeah, 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 yeah. So again, I could come up here and I can glorify that. I could come up here and I could talk about that. I could come up here and I can give y'all, day after day talking about my experience behind bars. But I don't really talk about that. That ain't really something I want to elaborate on. You understand what I'm saying? Because I know that if the youth that's listening to Grown Man Business TV, and listen, a lot of youth listen to Grown Man Business TV. A lot of your nephews, your sons, they listen and they hear what I'm talking about. And if I'm talking about that, then it's only a matter of time before they're gonna take that message and it's gonna alter their brain. They're gonna take it how they want to perceive it, and they're definitely gonna perceive it as I'm glorifying it. It might sound cool. And I was in the yard, I was doing this, and I was doing, yeah, yeah, and really, it's not, I'm not here to destroy little Zippy with the Drippy, but you gotta destroy before you can rebuild. The structure, the infrastructure, you gotta destroy. You gotta destroy that old message before you can rebuild with a new message. And when I hear little Zippy and I hear these other, it's a couple of other dudes, but right now we on Zippy with the Drippy. When I hear that, I'ma combat that. It ain't no beef. It ain't me hating. I ain't. Come on, homie. Let's have a talk, little Zippy. Let's have a talk. The link is in the chat. Anytime you see me live, little Zippy, or your people see me live, and they can tap in with you because I'm blocked on your channel. You can come over here, man, and we can have real talk about this. It ain't gotta be no thing. Trust me, man. You know what I'm saying? You come and have a talk with me, people gonna get a whole different view of you. It's gonna elevate you. You understand what I'm saying? But see, the thing is, a lot of these dudes like Lil Zippy, they don't want to be elevated. They want to stay right there on a low frequency, talking about jail, talking about prison, day after day promoting that white man's prison. Day after day promoting that white man's jail cell that they made strictly for you, Lil Zippy. For you and whoever follows you. For you and whoever looks like you, Lil Zippy. You understand? So, you know, you can't come up here talking the way you talking and then try to throw in, stay out there. Nah, you promoting the jail. You promoting that sale. You make it sound smooth and good. You was getting the bag up north. How was you getting the bag up north and you came home dirt broke? Let's have a conversation about that, little Zippy. How was you getting the bag up north and you came home dirt broke? Let me tell you how I know you came home dirt broke. Because when you came home, you let the parole officer put you on a 9 to 5. You let the parole officer make you get a job. You don't all you need is income. All you need to do is provide proof of income. That don't mean you got to go get a job. That don't, but see, come on, talk, you bump heads with a real man. I'm not these little content creators that you talking to. I'm not these little content creators that you playing with and you get to joke around with and you get to make a mockery of. When you bump heads with a real man that stands on grown man business and you have dialogue with him, you're gonna have to talk grown man business. You're gonna have to show and prove. See, like I said, I'm gonna jump back and forth with Zippy, but we not just gonna talk about Zippy. But the difference between me and Zippy is, I don't get to come up here and just talk about the things I used to do because grown men get judged off their actions, Lil Zippy. So I gotta show the youngsters I'm taking flights. I gotta show the youngsters I'm living a certain way. I gotta show the youngsters how it looks when you make it to the other side. When you born in poverty, because we all was born in poverty for the most part, Lil Zippy, right? But I'm here to show the youngsters how it looked when you survive the poverty, when you make your own lane, carve out a lane for the real, because it's still a lane for the real. When you come to Grown Man Business TV, you understand and realize it's still a lane for the real, the realness. I'm the one that's gonna show the youngsters. I'm the one that's right now in present day showing the youth, showing the youngsters what it looked like when you make it to the other side, boy. Yeah, when you make it out the poverty, when you make a lane for yourself, when you become the head of your household, the head. Oh, let me tell you, youngsters, it's much harder to become the head of your household than it is to do 18 years in jail. Oh, you can sleep them 18 years away. You understand? Get you a real woman, a grown woman, and make her follow your lead. Get you a grown woman, a real woman, not them little dusty thoughts you be bringing to your grandma house. I'm talking about a real woman, and make her take your last name. Make her take your last name, because when she take your last name, that means everything you have built, she falls under that. I'm trying to give y'all some game, you know what I'm saying? $1 million worth of game crunched in about an hour worth of time, my G's. That's why, that's what I bring to this. That's why you could never get rid of this with little jokes. You could never get rid of this, make it, because you a comedian, man. I'm gonna tell you this, and I said it before. One thing for sure, two things for certain. You are in the wrong lane. You should be doing stand-up comedy, as funny as you are, boy. But it ain't nothing funny about running the household. You understand what I'm saying? When you have kids, because you ain't got no kids, when you have kids or you got nieces and you got nephews because your brother, he got kids. So your nieces and your nephews, when they look at you, they gotta want to follow you. They gotta want to follow that imprint. They gotta want to follow that blueprint. This is what grown man business brings to this YouTube thing. This is what grown man business brings to the content creating lane. A real image, a real example of what it looked like when you get 40 years old, when you live on this land for 40 years and you make it out of everything they set up for all of us to fall. And I'm only going up, baby. I'm only going up. So Again, man, salute to everybody in the chat. Salute to everybody that's going to watch this thing afterwards. Salute to everybody that's in the chat right now. Listen, I don't got to have 200, 300 airheads in the chat. All I need is 20 to 25, 15, 25, 30, real ones. All I need is the real. And if it's 17 people, that's all I need. All I need is 17 solid ones. Real solid. I don't need 300 sheep, little Zippy. All I need is 15 lions. Oh, you don't know what I could do with 15 to 20 real lions, homie. So salute, man. We having fun with this. Like I said, just came back from PR. Had an amazing time out there in San Juan. That was my first time. I ain't gonna lie, that's my first time in the PR. I'm always going all these other places, and I say, yo, we've been skipping Puerto Rico, so let's try Puerto Rico. Five Diamond Resort. I just posted a video. You want to get it with, and you want to get a view, a bird eye view of what a Five Diamond Resort look like, how it feel. Go check my last video out. We having a good time with this. Now, while I was out there in PR, right, I heard about what happened with DC Young Fly's baby mother. Now, I ain't gonna lie, you know what I'm saying? I was shocked. I was pretty shocked when I heard about that. Devastating news, you know what I'm saying? And I want to say, first and foremost, I want to say RIP to DC Young Fly's baby mother, man. I want to say RIP to that young lady, 32 years young, lost her life, on that surgery table. And when I heard about the situation with DC Young Fly, it made me, you already know how I do here at Grown Man Business TV. Multiple different angles, right? Multiple different angles, and my wheels get to turning. And I ain't gonna lie, I thought about it for a couple of days. I thought about it, I spoke about it when I first heard about it, chopped it up with the old lady, and then it was on my mind for a few days because it's always deeper than rap. It's always deeper than rap. Always. You feel what I'm saying? And when you can see through the smoke and mirrors, when you got that third eye open, your wheels will start to turn when you hear these tragic situations. Now, I can instantly go into, sacrifice mode. I can instantly go into what it really looks like on the surface. It looks like, like I said, man, it look when you dealing in the industry, when you playing with the industry, when you playing with the higher ups and the elites, you got to understand something, man. You gonna give it up. You gonna give it up one way or the other. They're gonna put you in a dress. They're gonna get you on film, doing what you're supposed to do with another man, right? Salute. Um, they're gonna put you in position, and you can play hard all you want. You can play hard all you want. You can say, no, I ain't with that, LB. I ain't doing that rainbow stuff. I ain't putting on no dress. You can smoke your weed, you can keep it hood, you can keep it gangster, you can feel like you staying true to yourself. But the higher ups and elites, they playing at another level. They playing at another level, my G. So a lot of the times, they'll put you in they'll put you in position to make the choice for the sacrifice. But for a lot of people that's trying to stay true to themselves, like a DC Young Fly, you know, they not trying to do nothing. They trying to get in this game, play in the industry. They trying to make their money, get rich. They trying to stay away from the Rainbow Coalition. They trying to stay away from putting on a dress, and they trying to stay away from sacrificing somebody they love. But the higher ups and elites gonna pull the trigger if you like it or not. The higher ups and the elites gonna pull the trigger. Now, on the surface, it just looks like, hey, his baby mother passed away on the surgery, getting the what they call it, a mommy makeover. That's what they call that. You know, tragic situation. Tragic situation. So, like I said, I could get into that bag with the sacrifice thing. And before I really dive, because it's real fresh, and before I really start diving into the sacrifice thing, I'm gonna sit back and watch DC Young Fly. I'm gonna sit back and watch DC Young Fly. I'm gonna sit back and watch, I'm gonna sit back and watch his career. because we all see DC Young Fly on the 85 South show. We all see DC Young Fly on Wild and Out. We seen him in a couple of movies, you know, making his way through the industry, making his way through Hollywood. Yeah, making his way through Hollywood. And after this tragic situation, if DC Young Fly career just so happens to go to the next level, then yeah, I'm gonna double back and I'm gonna give y'all that game and I'm gonna debrief that. If DC Young Fly becomes some national superstar, if DC Young Fly becomes some super, you know, movie star, Denzel Washington, yeah, if we get to see that, then we know what went down. We know what happened, right? So I'm not gonna, you know, just being a little bit trying to be considerate. You know, I want to be considerate of DC Young Fly situation before I just go into it. But you already know how we do here at Grown Man Business TV. You already know how we do. You make you a plate, you turn a dinner, you turn a food playing with a grown man. Yeah, 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 yeah. Nah, I ain't, you know, I ain't saying that, but you know, I already told y'all, you know, a gang of times. I told y'all it's, you know, it's multiple different angles they're gonna approach you with. I'm sure. I'm almost 100% positive. I won't say I'm 100% positive, but I'm almost sure that DC Young Fly has been presented with a weird photo shoot before that he denied. He's been presented with a weird movie role that he's denied. You know, because you have a choice. So you know, I'm not saying that he didn't want to wear a dress, or I'm not saying he did want to wear a dress. I'm telling you that I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna watch DC Young Fly's career. I'm gonna keep an eye on it. Yeah, because one of the things that took Grown Man Business TV, this platform, you know, all the way up to 15,000 subscribers, is really exposing the higher ups and the elites. But you got to play ball. I learned just dealing with YouTube. You got to be very careful and cautious how you move. You can expose. You can expose these guys. You can really go at them, but they'll go at you in so many different ways that you can't even understand, boy. They'll start to pinpoint things, and you know, once I started getting a lot of traffic, I started seeing certain things happening that made me say, you know what? Oh, maybe I'm giving them too much game. Let's play around with the algorithm. Let's have fun with this thing. Let's do what they want you to do on YouTube just a little bit while I put the medicine in the ice cream. Yeah, I'm gonna slip the medicine right in the ice cream. So no, I'm not saying that DC Young Fly did anything. All I'm saying is it's a tragic situation that happened with his baby mom. And you know, a lot of the times when things like that happen, a lot of the times when things like that go down, within the industry, within the industry, a lot of the times when things like that go down, it's an agenda behind it. Oh, it's a storyline behind it. It's nothing is by coincidence, especially in Hollywood. Nothing is by coincidence. You understand me? So we gonna sit back. You know what I'm saying? Anybody invested in the channel, anybody rocking with Grown Man Business TV, sit back, watch DC Young Fly. We gonna keep an eye on homie. We gonna keep an eye on him, and we gonna see what happens, you know, in the near future. And we'll be able to tell very easily what's going on and what's happening. If he had a hand in it, if he just got wind, why? Because you know he found out while he was on a movie set somewhere. You know, it's real like that. You got to really have that third eye open and be able to see through the smoke and mirrors. But again, because this is Grown Man Business TV, we get to we get to approach these situations from multiple different angles. Because this is Grown Man Business TV, we get to really sit back and look through the smoke and mirrors. So again, like I told you, my wheels was turning. Like, damn, that's just so tragic. That's just so unfortunate that that man could lose his kid's mother like that on the surgery table. And it made me think about Vanity. Yeah, 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 yeah. It made me think about the things these women will do for vanity, the things that these females put themselves through for vanity, for to look so-called beautiful. You understand what I'm saying? And And that's exactly what his baby mother was doing. She was trying to get a mommy makeover. A mommy makeover. Now, she has 3 kids with DC Young Fly. You understand? 3 beautiful kids, you know what I'm saying? Just had a baby boy. And I'm sure she wanted to get her body back in order, right? So she could be the wild and out girl that she always was. She'd be able to make money in this industry. And you know how these so-called celebs do, right? But it made me think about Vanity. You understand? And I'm not sure what her, what she was. I think she might have been like Puerto Rican or something. But my mental always goes towards black women. Black women. It made my mind just start roaming. You understand what I'm saying? The things that our women do for vanity. They go get these surgeries. They go to these foreign countries to get surgery, botched surgery. You understand? To look like something that a lot of us dudes we not even into. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like a lot of dudes that I know, yeah, the BBL thing is cool, but I don't see too many dudes marrying females that got BBLs. It ain't something that we really suggesting that women do. And they feel the need to put their life on the line, to put their whole life on the line for vanity. For vanity. You understand what I'm saying? And it's deep. It's a deep situation. You feel me? Because yeah, yeah. Most of the dudes that I know, that I talk to personally, that I chop game with, they not in, we see it on Instagram. We see it in the videos. I mean, and it's when you see it, you're like, oh, okay. But it's just so out of pocket now. It then went so far left that it's disgusting, kinda, my G. Like if you get a BBL, you might want to get your legs done because a lot of the times the legs never match. The legs never match the ass. Like it just doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. You feel me? And these women, let DC Young Fly, right? In particular, his baby mother would put her life on the line. She put her life on the line. She didn't think to go work out. She didn't think to, diet, fast, stop eating so much, put some work in for about 2 or 3 months, you know what I'm saying? And make her body what she really wanted to be, create the vision that she sees within herself. She went and paid some money for somebody to kill her. She went and paid some money for somebody to delete her. And again, you know what I'm saying? The ones that don't pass away, they come back looking like antibodies. They come back looking crazy, my G. It's very seldom that I see a BBL job that I'm like, wow, they really did an amazing job with that. Every time I see one, I can instantly spot it, and if it looks crazy, it's out of pocket. You understand? And again, you know, grown man business TV. Back in the day, grown men would be telling these women, nah, shorty, that ain't it. The rich guys, the ones with influence, the ones that the women think they impressing, will be telling these women, nah, that ain't it. The higher ups and elites got a different plan for that though. The higher ups and elites got a different plan for grown man business. And I can give you an example, right? About a year ago, maybe year ago or so, Lil Baby came out and said that BBLs was washed up. Lil Baby, a very highly influential young rapper, he said he don't really like BBLs. He like regular women. It's so many women with BBLs that he just likes a regular female with a regular body. That's what turns him on. And if you notice, that message got wiped out. That message got deleted as soon as he tried to put it out there. And I guarantee you, somebody reached out to him and let him know, hey, bruh, that's not the lane we going down. That's not the message that we want these young black women to hear. So you can't keep up with that. You said it. We gonna muffle that message, but you better not keep talking like that, little baby. You better not, huh? But I remember vividly hearing Lil Baby say that, and I thought instantly, like, yo, powerful message. I gotta salute Lil Baby for that. Powerful message. And I was hoping that it was going to catch fire. I was hoping that it was going to make noise in the industry when he said that. But you got to understand something. You got to understand something, that the higher ups and elites don't want young women, especially young black women, because I want to focus on black women. They don't want black women looking at themselves as beautiful as they are. They don't want black women looking at themselves as gorgeous, as goddesses as they are. Do you understand what I'm saying? They want the black female to look in the mirror and want to change and alter every piece of their being, every piece of their body, all the way down to their spirit. And that's a whole nother rabbit hole. But we talking about the physical right now. We talking about the physical aspect of the situation. They don't want black women to feel like that. And you could look at it from the BBLs all the way down to the weave. One thing about it, one thing for sure, two things for certain is the weave is something else that's red flags all over the field. Red flags all over the field for me. Every time I see a black woman with weave in her hair, it just makes me want to say, not, it's none of my business, but it makes me want to be like, yo, even down to my old lady, like, these black women have been programmed a certain way. So charity starts in the home. So I talk with my old lady all the time, like, yo, you don't gotta wear, your hair is beautiful. Your natural hair is beautiful. It might take a look, because the thing is this, right? I did a video. If you haven't seen it, go back into the archives. I get a lot of comments to this day about this particular video where I'm talking about dog fur. I'm in this video, it's a pre-record, so I got the clips in there for y'all, and I'm talking about dog fur. And Caucasians, Latino people, certain, most of all of these people have fur. They don't have hair. Black women have hair. Caucasian women have dog fur. They have animal fur. And that's why it sheds all over your car. A white girl hair will shed all over your house like it's out of pocket. And black women go get weave to emulate dog fur. A black woman, a black female will have with beautiful hair that doesn't shed, because our hair does our hair doesn't shed. These women have beautiful hair that don't shed, and they'll go spend $1,000 to get a head full of hair that sheds like an animal. You got to think about how deep that is, how deep the programming is. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm just going off the top of the head right now, but these are the things that came to my mind when I found out that DC Young Fly's baby mom passed away in the manner that she did. Vanity. Vanity is deleting these women at an all-time high. I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine how it must feel, right? To want to look a certain way so bad that you'll put your life on the line, your family on the line. I mean, your breath, a single breath, your whole existence on the line. You will risk it all to look a certain way. You understand what I'm saying? And again, like I said before, grown man business, to everybody that falls under my voice, to everybody that checks out the videos, to everybody that invests time and energy to this channel, you know, they'll come and get the message. They'll look past the mess and they'll get the message. You understand what I'm saying? Salute the OG Percy for that one. Look past the mess. Look past the mess and get the message, because it's going to be a mess. Little Zippy, the Drippy and all, that's a mess right there. We making a mess out of that. We a big mess out that situation. But the message has always been here. You understand what I'm saying? And it starts in the home. My oldest daughter, she got beautiful long locks. Beautiful long locks, because when she was young, she was trying to figure out what she wanted to do with her hair. She was trying to figure out different ways to go about feeling comfortable with her hair, her natural hair. And daddy, Yeah, the head of the household. Yeah, the big dog of this thing, little Zippy. The big dog was like, nah, you not putting no weave in your hair. You too young. You can't do that till you are an adult and you can make your own decisions. But for right now, you can't do that. I won't stand for it. I won't allow it. Not under my watch. Not with my last name. You my oldest daughter and you got my last name. Ain't no way. Ain't no way you walking around. No school. No elementary, middle, high school, nothing with no weave in your hair. Ain't happening. So my daughter, being as though she has the utmost respect for daddy, little Zippy, the utmost respect for the man of the house, the utmost respect for the hierarchy of this thing. At being as though she has the utmost respect for the man, the grown man business that comes out these vocal cords that I speak to. Yeah, she had to figure out, and she said, "Dad, would you mind? Would you mind, Dad, if I get locks? Would you mind if I get, if I dreaded my hair up?" Nah, I don't. You know what I'm saying? And she went through the whole process, getting her hair, locked up, going through the so-called ugly stage, because they want to make everything about what we have naturally. They want to make it ugly. So even with the locks, you so-called gotta go through a ugly stage, and she did that. And I'm gonna tell you something, one thing for sure, two things for certain. Every time I see my oldest daughter, I'm just so proud of her. I'm so proud of the process because she has beautiful, gorgeous long locks. I mean, she done figured out how to do her own locks. She retwists her own. I mean, she's a professional. And it makes me proud as a man that my voice is that valid, my voice is that dominant to where she'll think twice about going against this word. You understand me? And I'm only using that example to expand that out to the world, to expand that out to all the women out there, that the black women out there that feel like their hair is ugly, that feel like they not comfortable in their own skin. You've been programmed to think like that. At the end of the day, white people want everything. White people want cornrows. White people, they get volume pumped in their hair so that it can be curly, and way but they want it curly. They hate the fact that their hair sheds because it's not hair, it's dog fur. But it is what it is. Respectfully, it's dog fur, it's animal fur. That splice in their genes that happened a long time ago, with the dog and the chicken. They got all kind of different animal DNA, white people, respectfully. So what they do, they done made y'all think that everything about y'all is ugly, and the same things that they chastise y'all about, the same things that they joke y'all about, they secretly go get. And I can go down the list. White women wear weave to give their hair bounce. White women want curly hair. They don't want that straight dog fur spraying it and all over the place. White women to joke you about having big lips, and then they go get their lips pumped and full with silicone and all that extra, or whatever that stuff is they pump into their lips. They want their lips to look like this. They want their lips to be full. You ever look you ever looked at certain Caucasians' lips, man? It's like they real thin. It's almost like a eight. You for real. It's they got chimpanzee lips. They'll tell you, oh, you got some big lips, and they'll laugh at you. Then they'll go spend some money and they'll get their lips pumped. So you got to understand, black women, y'all got, the only way for y'all to really elevate to the highest level is for y'all to stand in y'all beauty. It's for y'all gotta stand in y'all beauty. Y'all gotta own y'all beauty. You gotta own it, shorty. Sweetie, you gotta own it. You gotta lock your hair up. You gotta do what you know. I'm gonna get into this because again, R.I.P. to DC Young Fly's baby mama. But what happened to her made me think about the women in my area, the women under my wing, black women. I don't think his baby mama was black. But what happened to her made me think about black women. Yeah. You ever heard Black women say, I'm going to the Dominicans to get my hair done. Black women love going to the Dominicans to get their hair done. Have you ever seen a Dominican go to a black person to get their hair done? That's why, when you travel, when you are well versed in this situation, when you a grown man and you done seen some things, you understand that, other races don't respect black women, starting at wear and weave. Y'all want to look and y'all want to be like everybody else except yourself. Why would you go to a Dominican to get your hair? You are not Dominican, sweetie. Dominicans have fur. So you going to get your hair pressed by a Dominican, and you black, and you all you yeah, you all in it. Yeah. Embrace that. Embrace that. You don't know what you need to do. You don't know what you want to do with your hair. Go start your dreadlocks. Start your lock journey. You'll thank me later. Thank me later. Thank me later. Start your lock journey. Trust me. Trust me. You'll love it. You'll thank me later when you 5 years from now, when them locks is hanging. Trust me, it swing just like a white girl hair, but it's yours. It's yours. And again, charity starts in the home. I got a lot of women under my wing. You understand what I'm saying? I got a lot of women. I got some women with my last name, and I preach this same thing to them. And some of them, like my oldest daughter, they take to it real fast. And then other ones, you gotta take your time with them. You gotta take your time with them. But I see with my own eyes how these other people look at us, look at black women when they walk up and they can't get in the water because they don't want to get their hair wet because they got weave that looks like theirs that grow naturally. They feel superior to you. They automatically feel like you beneath them because they see that you're not even embracing who you are. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. But dying for vanity, that got to be spoken about. That has to be spoken about. And I'm gonna do this, right? I'm gonna throw the link in the chat like I always do. The link is already in the chat, but wanna chime, you wanna give your 2 cents. You wanna tell me what you think about vanity, dying for vanity. It's crazy. Exactly. Exactly. You understand? Now that's deep right there. You know what I'm saying? A solo warrior. That's deep right there. And we can take that from multiple different angles as well. It's a real reason why all of these other cultures, all of these other races got businesses all within the urban community. It's a real deep, it's not because black people can't run businesses. That's obviously not the case because we do our thing. We do our thing in the business world. It's not a sector in American history where there's not a prominent black person given the influence. Military, huh? Education, huh? Medical. I mean, I could go down the list. We are everywhere. We created this, but it's a real reason why all of these other cultures have, you know, shops in our area. Why there is no real black nail shop. Because it's not because we don't want to shop black. It's because we've been redlined. See, back in the day when they was bringing them Vietnamese people over here, back in the day when they was bringing the Muslims over here, back in the day when they was bringing all these different cultures, everybody. We was trying to get after they burnt down all of our communities where we owned all of the barbershops, all of the theaters, all of the hospitals, the churches, black people. Once they burned down and used intimate domain to take and conquer all of that land that we had as the Negro farmers. See, that's a deep thing. When your daughter asks those questions, because my daughter do too. Being knowledgeable, I can give her that game. Yeah, we are not Africans. We are the remnants of Negro farmers. See, the Negro farmer had all the land back in the day before them people came and they took that land and they used intimate domain, a legal process to take that land. They used intimate domain to burn down our communities. And then after they did all of that, right? After they burnt down all our communities, they took all our land, they took all our generational wealth. They started bringing in these foreigners all the way up to present day with the Mexicans. But back in the day, it wasn't the Mexicans, it was the Vietnamese, it was the Chinese, it was the Muslims, it was the Indians. They was telling them people, come over here, come over here. We gon' we redlining black people that try to come get loans, business loans. We not giving business loans to black people. We not giving business loans to black people. We're gonna give it to the Vietnamese people. We're gonna give it to the Chinese people. We're gonna bring them over here. We're gonna influence their vote. And we already got a whole listen, wherever black people at, wherever the urban community is, that's where we'll let you guys set up shop at. Oh, you can't set up shop in the white community because we already, we gonna do our own thing. But we'll let you set up shop in the black community because they're gonna need shops. They're gonna need gas stations. They're gonna need, convenience stores. They're gonna need nail shops. You know why they're gonna need all of that? Because we're not gonna allow them to get loans from the bank. We're not gonna allow them to grow economically. We're gonna stifle the economics. Oh, we're gonna stifle the growth economically. And we're gonna put y'all in position and y'all could come over here as immigrants. We'll give y'all incentives, we'll give y'all tax cuts and breaks, and we'll make sure you guys get, Asian, the Asian hate bill, and we'll pump money into your community, and y'all go make y'all money out the black community. It's the smoke and mirror. The narrative that they push is that black people don't shop with black people. Nah, that's not the case. It's just so many systematic, systematic oppression. They set these tones and they set these narratives for us to lose. And the thing is, we still winning, we still thriving. But yeah, that nail shop thing, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not making this up. My oldest daughter, again, I'm gonna go back to my oldest daughter. She's one of my prized possessions. She's one of my prized possessions because she's a female. But being a man, not talking about jail talk, not talking about what I was doing in the yard, not talking about all of that, but her seeing the man in me made her respect me from a young age. So I was, my daughter was going to get her nails done with her mom and stuff like that, and she would call daddy, and I would always send money, right? And I'll say about a year, maybe 2 years ago, my daughter came down to Florida, right? They always come for the summertime, right? And I take them to get their nails done. And at this time, I would sit down and let them do, I let them go ahead and cut my nails and chop my nails up and do my cuticles. When you handling money, man, you will realize that people look at your hands a lot, bro. When you doing business, bro, and you handling money, people look at your hands, and it says a lot when you got dirty nails and your hands look all crazy. It just speaks a certain way. So we would go in there and I would spend mad paper, getting they nails done. So this one particular time, my daughter and her little sister wanted to get their nails done, so I gave them some money, and they went in there and basically blew all their money getting their nails done. And they came back to me, and I was like, nah, I gotta it's a lesson in everything. So I just gave y'all X amount of money, a nice little lump sum of money. Y'all done spent that. And then, 2 days later, one of the nails broke. So we had a whole conversation. Cause I'm like, damn, y'all don't see the trick. Y'all don't see the plot. Like, talking to my daughters. Y'all don't see how they setting y'all up to come back and forth to get these nails done, to spend that money. You just spent $100 getting all this stuff done to your nails, and 2 days later, two of these nails break off. So the glue ain't that good. So you telling me you done spent all this money and they ain't even got decent glue? They do that on purpose. They use certain glues so that they know it doesn't even matter. The nail will pop off and you'll be back within a week. Salute, salute. Appreciate that birthday shout out, man. Big 40 clip. And my oldest daughter caught wind to that. And I promise you, right? My daughter started like getting nails and stuff off of Amazon, and she bought this whole nail kit. And my daughters would come around, and I'd be like, "Wow, Joe, your nails look amazing!" Like, and she'd be like, "Dad, I did them myself." I was like, "What?" Like, my daughter hasn't got her nails done in a few years now. Straight up. She hasn't went and got her nails with them people. She hasn't spent money with them Koreans in a few years now. And her nails be flawless. It be designs on them and they be looking crazy. And she might spend $40 for a whole gang of nails that'll last her months. So my youngest daughter, my oldest daughter is very aware. She's very aware of the things that I say. She knows that the things that I say are real. She knows I ain't just talking. She respects the man that, yeah, she respects that grown man business. My daughter, very smart. So you should, chop that up with your daughter, man, in your own way. Make her realize that they using you. They beating you out your money. Give your daughter allowance, and if she want to go get her nails done, make her spend her money on that allowance. It makes them realize that it's a waste of money. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Slave. I heard from you in months. Sunday. Salute, salute. Yeah, I've been playing on YouTube a little bit, having a little fun, but then at the same time, man, it's when you dealing in grown man business, that's why I be telling these dudes, they get to talking about how many people is in my lives and how many people come and check out the views and all that. And I tell them all the time, I don't do this for views, homie. I didn't come up here like y'all for views. Now we getting views, cool, but I don't do it for views. When you handling grown man business, you're not going to be in the algorithm. That's how I know these dudes is on little boy time. You're not going to be in the algorithm when you handling grown man business, because you simply can't go on YouTube 2 hours every day of the week and tell me that you got grown man business being handled. If you going live every day on YouTube for 2 to 3 hours, you not handling business. Your priorities is not in order. Your priorities are not in order if you on YouTube every day going on live for 2 hours. And that's the only way for you to be in the algorithm. When you see these dudes with 4, 5, 6, 800 people in their live, it's because they go live every day. They're not giving a real message. And YouTube knows, yeah, if we got this dude on live every day, focusing on YouTube, he can't be making a dent in the world. He can't be making, what I'm saying, progress in real life. He think this thing is, yeah. So that's probably why, Mellow BX, salute. Um, I'm definitely going to try to go live a little more, but for real, I like, you know, when you see me live, tap in for sure. Because if I'm going live, then 9 times out of 10, I ain't playing with them. You feel me? I'm gonna give up some game. I'm gonna drop that game on the ground for the hungry hounds, and then I'm gonna slide and get back to grown man business and handle grown man business at all times. Um, I'm gonna tell you something, big dog. Slavery didn't. People get it confused that slavery destroyed us. So let me give you some game on that. When slavery was abolished, right? That's when black people created and started building Black Wall Street. That's when black people started building, Tulsa, Oklahoma, or Ohio, whatever that is, right? That's when black people started building these huge communities. You know what I'm saying? Slavery didn't destroy us. The fact that, the thing is, they thought slavery was going to destroy us and it didn't. So that's why they had to start redlining, intimate domain. They had to pump crack into the community. They had to do all these extra things to stop us, because slavery was the last thing that stopped us. When we got out of slavery, bro, we owned more wealth than we do at this present day. When we got out of slavery, we had such strong black communities that Martin Luther King started. We funded Martin Luther King before, them white people, infiltrated Martin Luther King and put him in their pocket. It was tax paying black people, you know what I'm saying, that literally was about to be in control of certain votes. We was in control of things, bro. So it wasn't slavery, because you got to know something. If slavery destroyed us, we would never have had the crack epidemic. If slavery controlled us, we would have never, if slavery destroyed us, we would have never had the school to prison pipeline. They wouldn't have needed it because slavery actually made us, we came up out of that. They were surprised, they were shocked that, now mind you, after slavery, we was promised 40 acres and a mule. That's where that whole saying comes from. 40 acres and a mule. They did not give us 40 acres and a mule. They lied. They didn't give us no wealth. We literally, our ancestors literally was so strong after slavery that we started building our own communities. We are literally at our weakest point right now, not because of slavery, homie. I mean, let me take it a little deeper for you. We at our worst point right now. We at our weakest point right now, not because of slavery, but because of uh, you know, segregation. Yeah, desegregation, like being integrated. That's what that was one of the major points. That was one of the major vocal points, along with redlining. People don't talk about redlining enough. But we'll tap back into redlining. But the crack epidemic, like these things are pivotal points that really put us in a bind, that really got us in the state that we in right now. But the main one to me is being integrated. See, this is what you got to understand, man. The higher ups in the elites, you know, uh uh white people, Caucasian people, right? They always thinking 10 to 15 steps ahead because they're so scared of losing grip of what they have stolen. Damn, man, I'm going a little. I might be going a little too deep. I might be going a little too deep for y'all, man. If you in the live chat, put a 100 in the live chat, man. Just let me know. We on course. Let me know. Put a 100 in the live chat, man, and we'll go deeper and we'll talk. We'll keep chopping game, man. Just put a 100 in the live chat. Let me know y'all with me. Yeah. Yeah, been a while, man, but we gonna chop it. We gonna chop it. Yeah, salute. You are now in tune with the realest on YouTube. The realest. You ain't gonna get this nowhere, homie. You ain't gonna get this nowhere. That's why I tell y'all, you cannot destroy Grown Man Business TV. You can't kill me. You better join. You better join this. Yeah. Let's have a talk, little Zippy. I would love, because one thing for sure, two things for certain, you know. Some of them, they following you like that. They like what you're saying. Let's have a conversation, me and you. Let's chop game, homie. Black man to black man. Let's do that. You hit the link, huh? Lock in with me. Hold on. Let me give y'all that real quick. But I'll let y'all tap in when y'all, we'll chop game. But them people, they always 10 to 15 steps ahead. So what they understood was, you know, before they destroyed and started burning down our communities. I'm talking about whole neighborhoods all the way out in Philadelphia. It was mad cities in like North Carolina and South Carolina that people don't even talk about, that's under lakes right now. Intimate domain. They took Central Park, Utica Village. That was a black village. Central Park, some of the wealthiest land in America, was owned by black people, right? So what they understood was, we going so hard trying to keep black people out of these restaurants. We going so hard trying to keep black people away from us. It's making them stronger. We going so hard trying to keep these people in slavery. It's making them stronger. It's almost making them so strong that we can't control them no more. We lost grip of these people. We done lost our stronghold on black people. They not paying attention because they marching and they got Martin Luther King and we ain't got him in pocket yet. So they marching. They got the civil rights movement. They trying to get integrated. They want to be with us. The same people that hung their ancestors, the same people that fed they newborn babies to alligators, the same people that was, R wording. You know what that word is, the tape. If you put a R right there, R word in they people, hitting them, sliding in they was hitting them black women. They was sliding in the slave quarters, and at night when they wife was asleep, and they was smashing every fine, beautiful slave they can get, raw dogging them. These people want to be with us. What's going on with these people where they want to be with us and we done did so much to them? 10 to 15 steps ahead. This what we got to do. We can't control them when they by themselves. We can't, ain't enough FBI agents to send there. We don't know what's going on with them. So we need to integrate them. So since they want to be integrated, they want to eat at our restaurants. They want to live in our neighborhoods, right? They want to go to our schools. We going to let them do that. Because if we got them in our neighborhoods, they can't create their own neighborhood. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, if we got them in their own, if they going to school with us, they can't create their own schools, and we can teach them what we want to teach them. Yeah, so we gonna let them integrate now. Say, oh, we gonna do it nice and neat. The higher ups and elites, they never let something just happen. It got to be a process to make it look realistic. It needs to be a process so it looks realistic. You understand me? That's where we lost that integration. Integration. Now, salute to the homie Clone Tatiana. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the homie Clone Tatiana. You know what I'm saying? Because she's very animated and she's very passionate about the things that she say. And I feel like because of those things, because of her being very passionate about what she's trying to articulate to the people, it goes over a lot of people's head and they automatically feel like she's a racist because Clone Tatiana preaches segregation anyway. She does the same thing. No more integration. We want to segregate. We want to get away, right? And like I said, grown man business is it's a lack of grown men. So when I hear a young lady like that speaking her mind, speaking her truth passionately, and I see that it's going over people's head, I take it upon myself to articulate it in a very straightforward way. We don't got to do no screaming. I want to give it to you nice and neat. Nice and neat, right? So let me go this angle before I go to the next angle, right? You got tigers, right? We got tiger. We all know what a tiger is, right? You got Asian tigers, you got Siberian tigers, and you got Bengal tigers. Now they all tigers, but they different. You got the Siberian tiger, it's white with black stripes. You got the Bengal tiger that's a little bit bigger, got a real dark orange. You got the Asian tiger with those wild whiskers. Now, mind you, they all tigers, but they don't live together. They don't live together. They got their own parts of the jungle. They got their own parts of the world that they dominate in that territory. They don't fight and say, hey, let's hang together Nah, that's not how it's supposed to be. You got blue birds and you got red birds. They both birds, but you don't see them flying together. Do that mean that they're racist? Are those birds racist because a blue bird want to hang with blue birds and the red bird want to hang with red birds and they don't intermingle like that? Nah. See, animals. One thing that make them animals is that they don't go against nature. So things that you see animals do, that's what nature is. That's the purest form of what it's supposed to be. When you see animals, we act like they not dumb. Animals are not dumb. They just don't go against nature. Humans go against nature, right? So let's take that to another level because that's the animal kingdom. And if you in tune with Grown Man Business TV, excuse me, if you're in tune with this channel, you already know how I feel about, National Geographics. You already know how I feel about nature. You understand me? So let's take it to another level and let's bring it to humans, right? You got all these different races of humans. You understand me? Now, it's nothing wrong with Chinese people having a Chinatown. It's nothing wrong with Little Italy. Italians, they got Little Italy. Haitians, they got Little Haiti. I can go down a list. I don't have to speak out to each and every one, but you get my drift. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? You go to Manhattan in New York, they got a whole Chinatown. The signs are in Chinese. You can't get a job in Chinatown. You don't see black people working in Chinatown. That's their area. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I mean when I say no, sir. We need to be separated. No integration. Now, this is where I feel like Tatiana, salute to clone Tatiana, but this is where I feel like people lose her at. But you're gonna catch this game at Grown Man Business TV. You understand me? Now, yeah, everybody should have their own. We need to have Black Wall Street, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Little Italy. Italians need that. Little Mexico. Mexicans need that. Spanish Harlem. They need their own area. But that don't mean we can't all come to the water hole and chop game. That don't mean we can't all come from our areas, go to work together, mingle together, party together, hang out together, do the things we like to do together. But after we get done doing those things together, it's time for me and mines to go back to Black Wall Street. It's time for you and yours to go back to Little Italy. It's time for you and yours to go back to Spanish Harlem. It's time for you and yours to go back to Little Haiti. It's time. That's where they lose you at when they try to paint the narrative that you're a racist. No, we want what everybody else got. But see, again, like I told y'all, we the only ones that once we get our own little, Black Wall Street, Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Utica villages, and all of the black communities that we have, we start building, and us being the first and the last in the we are it. Black people are it. Once we start building, we're going to outbuild everybody. So that's why they know. Oh, if we let them get their own area, if we let them get their own space, they're going to get strong. They're going to get strong, and then they're going to be stronger than us. It's inevitable. You can't stop it. The only way to stop it is to keep us separated. The only way to stop it is to keep us integrated in your system. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. I had my homie laughing, right? Salute to everybody. Salute to everybody in the chat, man. I had my homie laughing because I told him, all these Mexicans crossing the border, they coming to America. All of these Mexicans crossing the border, coming to America. They want to be up under the white man. Oh, that's a whole nother topic. Latinos and Mexicans and all of these Spanish or whatever you want to call them, they breed so that they can get light. They want to be white. So how about this? How about you let all the Mexicans into America? Let them. They don't want Mexico no more. Mexicans don't want Mexico. They want to be in America. And how about you give black people Mexico? Let us rename it. We can rename it. We can name it Black Wall Street. Give us the whole Mexico. Let us have that. And let the Mexicans, since they dying to be in America, since they dying to be over here with these people, let us get Mexico. What you think will happen to Mexico in 30 years once we get it? Yeah, to be looking like Dubai or something. We'll have Mexico looking like Dubai. And then all the Mexicans and all the white people will be trying to get to Mexico with us, as usual. I don't know. I don't want this game to go over your head, man. One thing for sure, two things for certain. I don't want this game to go over your head, man. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you're following me. Integration is what integration and being integrated into this system when we had our own system. Black Wall Street, we own the theater, we own the barbershop, we own the hair salons, we own the schools, we own the courthouse, we were the council, we were the local government, we were all of that, the local politics. How do you think that how do you think that, not the Democrats, but the other guys, the Republicans, where do you think they were started from? You think see, they got y'all thinking that Republicans is these racist Republicans. The Republican Party was started by 51 black people, 51 black politicians that came up out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Black Wall Street and all the other black communities we had, homie. Do your research. I'm giving you some game right now. The Republican Party was started by 51 black men. What you think they did to those 51 black men? The same thing they did to Black Wall Street. They burned them down. They smoked a whole bunch of them, ran the rest of them about the area, got them scared. Yeah, got rid of their family, hung them. You know how they used to do back in the day. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be, man. One thing I learned about this YouTube thing is, you get more view. It's not about views, but you get more people to get the message when you talking like Lil Zippy with the Drippy. You understand me? When I'm talking to Lil Zippy with the Drippy, and I'm we doing a 1 2 step. Yeah, it get a lot of views. That message get out. But when I get to talking to y'all like this, all the live streams get cut off. I talk to y'all like this, and the video might have 120 views on that joint. They muffle. It ain't because nobody ain't looking for the message. It ain't because nobody ain't looking for what's going on with grown man business. It's because when the analytics, when the higher ups and the elites, they got whole teams that listen to these videos to make sure they can be monetized. Before your video get monetized, they got a whole team that listen to it. Oh, and they very aware. Certain words they home in is triggering words. They key in on certain messages, and when they know you giving up that game, they muffle your videos. You feel me? So it is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. But it gets deep, my G. And all of that, what I just said, everything that we just kind of spawned off into, started with vanity. Women dying and being deleted for vanity. To look good. To look good to who? Ask these women out there, who are you doing you getting these surgeries for who? 9 out of 10 men are not filling those BBLs, homie. We are not filling none of that shit with the butt injections. Look at Black China. She just got all her lip injections, all her stuff for her job. She got all of that stuff for her BB, her butt, everything. She got removed. We not feeling that, black women. We not feeling it. We not feeling it. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be, man. And all of these other races, these other women, they look down upon y'all for the sin. Not because you're not smart, not because you don't have degrees, not because you're not intelligent, but because you simply don't embrace who you are as a black woman. They secretly envy y'all. Exactly. Undercover, exactly. So when I hear those things, I gotta speak on it, bro. Because as a community, we not that weak. See, what you gotta understand, Undercover, is the narrative that they're gonna push out. They're gonna push out that that's what we into. They're gonna support the higher ups and elites. Those people that you know who I'm talking about. Those people gonna hold on real quick. Those people gonna hold on. Because again, if I ain't got my charger in, if I ain't locked in, they'll play with this live. They'll get rid of it. Let me make sure I got power going to my joint, right? But what you gotta understand is we not that weak minded. That's the narrative that they push for you. They make everybody think that we not united. They make everybody think that we not one. We are divided as a people. We really not. We not that weak minded. But if you can get a Zippy with the Drippy up here talking about jail every day, glorifying being in a hole and glorifying having the so-called bag on it. Well, you wasn't getting no bag on the how can you be getting a bag in jail so easily, but you out here working the 9 to 5? Has anybody asked Lil Zippy that? We not that weak-minded. The problem is, dudes, it's males. They hear that message and they don't speak on it. They don't step on it. Again, when I was coming up, when I was coming up and you made certain moves, it was real men. If they was on the block, if they was at your school, if they was your homie's dad, whoever it was, that'll pull you to the side, bro. And they ain't have soft hands, bro. They was brick masons. They'll smack your mouth off if you play games, man. You ain't never, you guys remember, if you ain't have your dad in the house, It was one of your friends in the neighborhood that had their dad in the house, and homie was a construction worker. He was a carpenter. He was a brick mason, and he'd smack your whole mouth off. He'd beat your ass. He'd beat you. It was always one of us that had that they had a dad in the house that we all didn't play with their daddy. We grew up like that. See, before the social media era, before all this technology, it was like that. It was like that. So I'm here to tell you, undercover, salute to you. But we not that weak minded. It's just the narrative. It's so the narrative is what controls the masses. That's why the news outlets are so whitewashed. All the information we get is whitewashed. You come to Grown Man Business TV, salute to everybody in the DMs. I ain't even. I told myself I wouldn't post none of the DMs. I ain't into that. But I wish I could show y'all the DMs I get. People telling me like, "Yo, keep going, my G. Like, we can get this kind of game nowhere else. Could you come on more, my G? Is there any way you can come on more? X, Y, and Z." We not divided, my G. We not that. We not brainwashed. It's just nobody speaking up. Everybody, and it ain't about letting Lil Zippy talk like that. He gonna talk how he want to talk. But as a man, I'm a step on that. As a man, I'm a turn around and give my commentary on that, and then you'll hear Lil Zippy the Drippy say, "Why you going against me? You know what I'm saying? You on my weenie. You on my weenie, grown man business." Why is it every time you feel disrespected, or why is it every time you feel like somebody's going against you, you make homosexual remarks towards other men? Anybody ask Lil Zippy that? Look at his live streams, look at his videos. You know what I'm saying? Give him the views. It's all good. I don't be tripping about no views. But listen on how many times he tells people that I, a grown man, is on his weenie. He says these things so much that sometimes you got to fight fire with fire. So if you go look at the video I just dropped, oh yeah, San Juan, the Puerto Rico edition, you will see a good, nice little picture of Zippy with the Drippy in that video. With a nice frank, a nice sausage right by his mouth, because all he does is talk about dudes being on his weenie. And sometimes you gotta fight fire with fire, my G. We are definitely not lost. We are definitely not divided as a people. Yeah. We could be more united. All people are divided to a certain extent. Let me give you an example, right? I was talking with a guy recently. Salute the dude, man. His name Walter. We was chopping game. He's Dominican, and he said to me, grown man business, man, the difference between my people and your people, yeah. Well, I didn't invite him to the Frank stand. I just got him with a Frank near his mouth, since he liked to talk about Frank so much. But he invited me to a Frank stand. He invited me. He made homosexual remarks towards a grown man. I get heated every time I think about it, homie. But it is what it is, right? So Walter, he said, man, you know the difference between me and your people, Grown Man Business TV? He said, we're more united. We stick together. We do X, Y, and Z. And black people don't stick together. Black people, they're not united. They're always doing this and doing that to each other. And I had to correct him on that. So I'm very knowledgeable, very informative. So when I get to having these conversations, I always get the dude saying, wow, man, I never seen it from that angle. I never really heard it from that perspective. Right. So I told Walter, how are y'all more united than us when Latinos are divided? Mexicans don't rock with Puerto Ricans. Puerto Ricans don't rock with Spanish people. Huh? I mean, they literally do not like each other. You understand what I'm saying? They literally go to war with each other, right? And let's break it down even deeper. When you look at Puerto Rican people, look at Sammy Sosa. Do anybody know the baseball player named Sammy Sosa? Go on the live and let me know y'all know who Sammy Sosa is. Now, when I was growing up, Sammy Sosa was a dark-skinned Latino man. I'm talking about he was about as dark as I am, but he was Latino. You understand what I'm saying? If you look at pictures of Sammy Sosa right now, he looked like a whole Caucasian man, because within the Latino community, they are divided. The light-skinned Latinos don't rock with the extra dark Latinos. The light-skinned Latinos don't make babies with the extra dark Latinos because they don't like the dark Latinos. They look at the dark Latinos as negra. Negra. You understand me? Same thing with the Dominicans. The light-skinned Dominicans, they try to have babies with white people or light-skinned Dominicans. They don't have babies. They don't socialize. They don't embrace the dark-skinned Dominicans. And I'm gonna tell you something. It's some Dominicans that's 3 times darker than me. So who said that you guys are united? Nah, the narrative that they put out through these whitewashed media outlets is that y'all are united. So y'all believe the bull, y'all believe the BS. I just know how to see through the smoke and mirrors. Mexicans are the same way. Mexicans in Mexico, they don't really rock with the real Mexican Americans that live in America. They feel like they soft. The Mexicans that live in America in Mexico, they don't rock with the Mexicans in America like that. They feel like they soft. They feel like they've been whitewashed. They feel like they had it easy. Yeah, yeah. See what I'm saying? But you know, they got y'all thinking that black people is not united. Nah, we united. We so united that they have to use different tactics to keep us divided. You want to know one of the main tactics? Zippy with the drippy. Dudes like that. Yeah, dudes like that. I was talking to a Mexican dude who was telling me how he feel about the Mexicans coming across the border. This Mexican guy, Walter, was born over here in America. And he was telling me, man, I feel X, Y, and Z. I think they should lock the border down. Those Mexicans are illegal. Now, those his people. But since he's American and he's up under he's up under the Caucasian, he like to be up under the Caucasian wing. He like to feel like he's closer to the Caucasians. We the only people that Zippy with the glizzy. I like that. But I don't like, again, I don't like even making those type of remarks, boy. Sound weird to me. When I came up, we ain't tell people to SMD. A grown man on the block would have smacked your mouth off when you telling another man to SMD you. So you telling me you want another man to SM? You think that you disrespecting him? No, you disrespecting yourself, little Zippy. You disrespecting yourself now. In my last video, Zippy got a glizzy close to his mouth. Y'all should go make sure y'all check that video out. Lil Zippy got a glizzy close to his mouth. I put it right next to his mouth because he talks about glizzies and he talks about weenies all the time. You got a grown man over 40 years old using the word weenie. And this is what you got to understand as well. You know, bringing the real. Now, we already an hour and 30 minutes in. I'm going to give y'all 2 hours of power. Y'all got another 30 minutes with Grown Man Business TV. Salute. Right? But you got to understand something. The people that's in Lil Zippy's, live streams, those people are airheads. And the ones that are not airheads, they laughing at Lil Zippy. They not laughing with Lil Zippy. They not laughing with Lil Zippy. They laughing at Lil Zippy. You understand what I'm saying? He don't understand that because he done did 18 years in jail. He been eating jail food for 18 years. He ain't had to listen what I'm saying to. He been washing his clothes because, he corrected me and told me that salute to the guys in jail that buy Tide every month. Salute to the guys in jail that wash their clothes. And he been washing his clothes in the damn toilet for 18 years. He ain't paid a bill in 18 years. He ain't had no responsibility in 18 years. The only responsibility he had was getting a bag of that K2, that synthetic marijuana he was smoking on, got his brain fried. Got him thinking he could deal with a grown man. Got him thinking he could bump heads with a big dog. Your brain is fried, boy. You could never win. Not over here, homie. You could never win. And then you got all these, I don't want to say New Yorkers, because that's one thing I be doing, and my homies from New York be like, yo, we ain't rocking with my dogs in Brooklyn tell me, but we don't rock with Zip. I don't know, who in the city rocking with Zip? A bunch of young dudes that's either going to jail or coming home. We not rocking with Zip. He ain't, nah, we don't rock with Zip. I know homies that was on parole that was getting to a bag. They was getting to a bag to the point where the parole let them off early, little Zippy. So you blaming parole on this and blaming parole on that. That's what I mean. You not a grown man. You make excuses, boy. Grown men, we don't make excuses. Can't nobody stop us. Nobody. Nobody. When Blue Boy put that knife on your cell, you said you couldn't do nothing because the police was down the end of the hall. Well, the police didn't stop Blue Boy from putting that knife on your cell, little Zippy. Blue Boy wasn't worried about the police at the end of the hall. You was. Come on, man. I could go into that. So all of that you think you disrespecting somebody by making homosexual slurs towards them, but that's just exposing what you really about. Yeah, that's exposing what's in your heart. You got, because when you say these things, you got to visualize it. When you tell a man to SMD you didn't already visualize the man SMDing you. That's why you said it. Where I'm from, we don't play those games. Where I'm from, we don't say pause. When a grown man is speaking, you know what I'm saying? You don't take what he say in no homosexual way. And if you do, that's exposing what you thinking. He ain't gotta say pause. Huh? You can't bump heads with a big dog like me. You can't bump heads with a grown man, little Zippy. So again, undercover, we not brainwashed, man. We not brainwashed. I'm just one of the ones that's bold enough, homie. Because I ain't worried about Listen, I ain't worried about Lil Zippy making jokes. I ain't worried. He can't joke me out this big house, man. Lil Zippy, you can't play me out position of this $600,000-$700,000 house, man. You can't play me out position of that bank that I'm getting driving these trucks. You can't play me out position. You could never. You could never. So I'm gonna give game to the women because, like I said, man, I had to drop some game on these females, and well, yeah, you got to destroy to rebuild. So that whole image that you pushing out, I'm gonna destroy that. Anybody that listen to this message gonna look at you sideways when you get up on that little pissy couch that you sitting on, talking about SMD this and glizzy to your mouth and you on my weenie. Ain't no grown man on your weenie, boy. Ain't no grown man on your weenie, boy. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. Everybody's divided to a degree, but they push it. Yeah. I can go deep into that, undercover. Let me give you. Let me go deeper. Yeah, we gonna drop it. Let me drop this game on you. So they got us thinking that black people divided, but all people divided. Right? That's just the division part of it. I done already broke down how the Latinos don't like dark-skinned Latinos, how the Dominicans don't like dark-skinned Dominicans, how they shun the dark-skinned Dominicans and Latinos, how the Mexicans don't rock with Puerto Ricans. Mexicans do not like Puerto Ricans. Puerto Ricans do not like Dominicans. They all argue about who's better. They are very divided. But let's go a little deeper. Let's break this down a little deeper. Right? Black on black crime. The narrative through these whitewashed news and media outlets is that black people hurt black people and it's black on black crime we should be worried about. But let's talk about the Italians. You ever seen a mob movie? Oh, you ever seen a mob movie? John Gotti, Goodfellas. I could go down the list. Are they deleting black people in those movies? Was the mob deleting black people every day? Huh? Was Al Capone killing black people? Nah. Al Capone was deleting other Italians that was in his realm. Yeah. The mafia was burying. Listen, they was burying Italians in the desert. I'm from Virginia, 757 VA. And the only reason why I knew about the Hudson River is because I learned as a youngster that the mobsters threw other mobsters. The mobsters threw other Italians in the Hudson River, and it was always bodies floating in it. And if you ever go to New York, young GMB TV, don't you ever go swimming in the Hudson River because you might run across an Italian body. They don't talk about Italian on Italian crime, do they? They make movies out of it. They make trillions of dollars out of it, but they don't talk about Italian on Italian crime, do they? Now let's go deeper into this. We all saw the movie Scarface, right? Huh? Out there in Miami, when they had the cocaine cowboys, Scarface movie was out. Was those Cubans smoking black people? Nah. Nah, them Cubans wasn't smoking black people. Them Cubans was smoking Cubans. When you watch the movie Scarface, was they smoking black people in the movie Scarface? Nah, the Cubans was smoking Cubans. The Cubans were smoking other Latinos and Cubans. They wasn't touching black people. So why we don't hear about Cuban on Cuban crime? Why we don't hear about Latino on Latino crime? The Mexican mobsters. If we don't rob the Mexicans out there in California, if we don't rob the Mexicans cartel out there in Mexico, who are the Mexican mafia smoking? When you see all the videos of the Mexican mob, who are they when they go into those villages and they smoke about 300 people, man, women, and child? Is it any black people in that pile of bodies that you see? Never. But we don't talk about Mexican on Mexican crime. So that's a prime example of what I mean when I tell you, you got to see past the smoke and mirrors. You can't let them brainwash you to think that we just negative again. No, everybody got crime amongst each other, but for some reason they focus on us, black on black crime. You know why? Because we powerful. So they got to make the narrative about black on black crime, and they got to make it big, and they got to pump it through all the social media outlets. Because if we start sticking together, oh, we already united, but I'm talking about if we get more united. If you really get a Jay-Z to take some of that paper and start building like a small community. If we really got united, they wouldn't be able to hold us. And see, you ain't hearing this nowhere else on YouTube. Where you heard that scenario at? About the Italians and the Colombians and the Cubans, how they were smoking each other. But nobody talks about that. They make movies and make trillions. But black on black crime is on CNN every day. All they talk about is Chicago. That's a drop in the bucket. That's a drop in the bucket, homie. Chicago ain't that bad. It's a lot of people I know from Chicago that ain't never had to deal with old block. I know a lot of dudes from Chicago that are successful black men. Kanye West. I mean, that's just for somebody that we all know. But I know personal dudes that grew up in Chicago and made it out. But they don't talk about that. They want you to think it's black on black crime. Undercover, salute, my G. They want you to think that we divided. Nah. In a voice like this, grown man business, yeah, they scared of that. They scared of black men talking like this. They scared of black men handling themselves like men instead of talking like Zippy with the Drippy and making sexual and homosexual remarks to other men. They want you to talk like Hassan Campbell. They want you to talk like Zippy with the Drippy. That's why I don't have to move. I don't have to budge, homie. The lane I've carved out is only for the real. And what you think is real, Lil Zippy, is not real. When I say it's a lane for the real, I'm not talking about jailhouse talk, little dude. I'm not talking. Let me tell you something, too. Let me tell you something. Lil Zippy, on his podcast, he plans on interviewing successful black men. The guy he talks about interviewing, I'm not exactly sure who this dude is, but he's a successful black man that might have been in jail. We all been caught in the trap, but he's a successful black man. If it was so real, Lil Zippy, why you ain't interviewing other jail dudes so you can present how real it is? Why you trying to talk to young black entrepreneurs? You try because the thing is, he not explaining is he want to talk to people that's better than him. He want to talk to people that he feel got more knowledge, that's more better than him. Yeah. Yeah, Lil Zippy, this ain't no beef. You might want to interview Grown Man Business TV. You might want to bring me on the platform. We could chop game, homie. It'll go viral. It'll go viral. Cause the videos that you got my name in, the videos that you got my pictures in, you get the most views in the first 24 hours than any of your other videos. I seen the analytics. I seen the numbers. Since you talk about views and numbers so much, the videos you got my name in the first 24 hours, you doing 6,000 to 7,000 views. Not your other videos. You got 6,000 and 7,000 views in these other lives. It take about a week. It might take 5 days. In my videos where you got my name at, you getting that in a day. Let's chop game, homie. Let's show these people how undivided we are, because we are not divided. This is not a personal thing towards Zippy with the Drippy. I said it before. I'll say it again. I hope your platform shoots to the moon, homie. I hope your platform is prosperous. I hope your podcast goes next level. $1 million worth of game. I hope you're able to get into the industry that you're so begging to get into. You want to get in the industry highly weird so bad. I hope they let you in. I hope they open that door for you, huh? So we can see what you really willing to do for that paper. Since you always talking about your weenie, little Zippy. Yeah. See, the thing is, I wouldn't expect an intellectual talk with Lil Zippy. What I expect is a dude that preaches jail, who's so proud to have went to jail, so proud to have made it out of jail, a place where it's not hard to lay it down, homie. That's what they call it when you go to jail. When you go to jail and you about to get some time and you real worried, the other inmates will tell you, man, you're gonna have to lay it down, homie. Just get used to it. You're gonna have to lay it down one day at a time. It ain't hard to have no responsibilities. So a dude like that talking to a dude like me, will be a beautiful contrast where you can see the perspective of his side and the perspective of my side, and you can see two black men having dialogue. See. Again, I could break that whole situation down. You shot somebody in the back of the head. I don't respect that. Where I'm from, if you don't face the body, if you shoot a drive by and you hit a random person, you don't get no respect for that. If you creep up behind somebody and you shoot them in the back of the head, you don't get no respect for that. You don't get no stripes and no badges for that. You understand what I'm saying? So it ain't gotta be no violence. It ain't gotta be no violence. We can chop game. You feel like you smart. Lil Zippy say he done read dictionaries all up in the jail. He done read the Bible 13 times. He's very articulate and he know how to present himself and talk. We can talk, homie. You want to go viral for real? I got videos with 200,000-300,000 views on them. Go into my archives, man. Check my old videos. I ain't get these 15,000 subscribers going back and forth with YouTubers. You understand what I'm saying? And I ain't brought near a subscriber. I'm an 80s baby. I'm not that, I'm not that technical. When it comes to technology, I'm not the full savvy dude. I wouldn't know where to go to buy subscribers. I didn't know you could buy subscribers for YouTube. I didn't know that. So yeah, that's what I would be looking for with a conversation with homie. Let's talk, man. Let's talk. Grown man business. You don't want to talk the grown man business. You don't want to have a real dialogue with me because I'm just as articulate, bro. My vocabulary is just as up as yours. I know what I'm talking about, and I got game on it all. You did 18 years in jail. You've been whitewashed, homie. You've been whitewashed. You ain't have to come out and get no job. You could have came out and trust me, you could have made it happen without a job. They would have been looking like, yo, this dude is doing something. We gonna let him off parole. You went out and got a job, and you talking that? Yeah. That's a whole nother thing, man. That's a whole nother thing. So, like I told y'all, man, we're gonna do 2 hours of power. Let's talk about San Juan, man. Puerto Rico was amazing. Okay, let's stay on Zippy with the Drippy. Exactly, undercover. If you look at some of my shorts, I'm talking about that. They get a couple, 1,500, 2,000 views in these little shorts, these little 60-second clips. And that's what I'm talking about. Oh, I made it out of jail. I made it out without a scratch. It ain't hard to make it out of jail, man. If you mind your business, handle your business, remain on grown man business, and lay it down for your 18 years is nothing. But you ain't paid a mortgage. You ain't paid health insurance. I paid your health insurance. Anytime you went to the doctor while you was locked up, I paid for that. Anytime you went to the dentist when you was locked up, I paid for that. Anytime you was transported, I paid for that. You ain't paid a mortgage. You ain't paid a car insurance. You ain't paid a cell phone bill. You ain't had no kind of consistent bills in your life, bro, in 18 years. And you talking crazy. You ain't nowhere near on grown man. You just now getting on grown man business, paying your little bills at your spot where you at now, keeping the lights on. Cause in jail, we pay for the lights for y'all. So now you gotta pay your own light bill. See, in jail, you had your weight up because we feed you. We pay for them 3 hots in the cot that you eat every day. It's a lot of people in the real world that don't eat 3 meals a day. Now you getting skinny, little Zippy. You 105 pounds, boy. Yeah, because out here, you got to pay for those 3 hots in the cot. You got to go work to pay for that food. You got to go work to pay and provide for yourself. God, the universe knew you ain't supposed to have no kids, homie. You can't barely provide for yourself. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. And this is grown man business, homie. Grown man business. See, when you talking grown man business to a child, they're going to feel like you disrespecting them. They're going to feel defensive because you speaking that game that they not on yet. But I tell you this, Zippy, keep working hard, man. Keep grinding. Stay focused. Yeah, set some goals. Set some real goals and go after them. And you know what? In due time, even you can get on your grown man business. Even you, homie. Even you. Hey, listen, man. You can do it, homie. You can do it. I done destroyed that whole jailhouse image. Now I can rebuild that. I can rebuild what you. Yeah, you can do it, homie. Stay down. Stay solid. Stop telling other men to SMD you. Stop telling other men stop making homosexual remarks towards other men, homie. Tighten up a little bit. Huh? Is what it is. What? You can't listen. Listen. Smile for the camera, man. Stop being bashful when you get to smiling and you get to covering up them teeth, them dolphins. You a whole mermaid over there, man. You looking like a whole mermaid, my boy. Smile for the camera. Show something. Simple things like that. See, I paid for insurance for the last 20 years you was in jail, homie. I paid for insurance for me, my family, my daughters. Everybody go to the dentist properly. Everybody on my end. So I could joke on you too. I could be a comedian, homie. Let's just stop doing the jokes. I want you to show your teeth, Zippy with the Drippy. Since you sit so close to the camera, you got your couch, you got your pit cat, and you got your lamp right there. Show your teeth. That's how you can stop a lot of these so-called gangsters and these so-called shooters and these so-called thugs from even running their mouth. Tell them to show their teeth. I bet you he will never. Something as simple as this. Yeah. You see how I do that? I'm the wrong one. Yeah, I like that. I told y'all before, one thing for sure, 2 things for certain. The voices inside of me told me Zippy with the Drippy is a plate, man. Oh, finish your plate, finish your dinner, finish your food, grown man business TV. Don't rush off so fast from the dinner table. You got a big plate right there. Eat that. Yeah, digest that, consume that. Huh? Is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. Now, to everybody that's in the DMs, to everybody that's in the comment section saying, yo, man, that's not grown man business. This ain't grown man business. I wanna kind of give some dialogue and some content, some context to those comments and those DMs. Who are you to tell me what grown man business is? You gotta, one thing about it, grown man business is an individual marathon. You got to run your own grown man business. You can't tell another man what his grown man business is. Now what you can do is tell another man not to make homosexual remarks to another man. That's not grown man business. That's the Rainbow Coalition business. That's a whole nother lane. But when it comes to grown man business, I ain't here to tell you how to be a grown man. I ain't here to tell you how to be grown man business. I'm here to give you context on some of the guidelines. I'm here to give you context on some of the things that it takes to make it to the other side and be a grown man and stand on 10 toes and stand on grown man business. But I'm not here to tell you, because every man gonna run his household differently. You understand? So, stop with those. Stop asking me and telling me what is and what ain't grown man business. I'm going to give you game. Obviously, if you listen to me talk, I'm going to drop game on you. But I'm also going to protect my last name. I'm also going to joke around a little bit. I'm also, I'm comfortable in my own skin, so I'm going to smile. I'm going to show my teeth, all of them. I'm also going to go to war if need be. If you want to joke, it out. You want to fight it out. You want it, whatever you want to do. You want to everything. I'm willing to do it. You understand? And we are on YouTube. This is an app. This is a whole app. So I'm gonna have fun with this. One thing I started to learn and started, going through my old videos and just watching, just looking at what's going on with the channel. I started to realize that, man, GMB TV, you're not having fun with this. You got to start having fun, man. Start joking some of these dudes. Tell some of these dudes to show their teeth and wonder why their mouth smells so bad and why their breath stinking so bad. Yeah. But we on YouTube. So we gonna talk about everything. We gonna talk about if it's another dude coming out of pocket, if it's another man or a male talking out of pocket, we gonna talk about that. That's grown man business. If you notice, I don't just get up here talking about other men. So even that, when they be in my comment, talking about another man, that's not grown man business. Well, I don't just get up here talking about other men. I get up here and check other men. So it's a difference. It's a difference, Harlem Romeo. I don't get up here and talk about other men, but I will get up here and check. Because where I'm from, you're going to respect it or you're going to check it. And I'm going to check it, homie. If I don't respect it, I'm going to check it, homie. So yeah, that is grown man business. You understand me? I could tell you, little Harlem Romeo, that, typing in another man chat, using your Twitter fingers ain't grown man business. But who am I to tell you that? You a grown man and you watching this live and you in the chat right now. I can't tell, if you taking care of your family, if you ain't promoting jail, if you ain't glorifying prison, then I ain't gonna tell you that having Twitter fingers ain't grown, because you got Twitter fingers, little homie. Hey, Harlem Romeo, you got Twitter fingers, my boy. You got Twitter fingers, man. Is that grown man business? Huh? Let me show y'all something, man. I had fun with Lil Zippy today. I want y'all to go check this video out. I had fun with your boy, man, Lil Zippy with the Drippy. So we're going to talk about whatever we talking about. We're going to do this. You see this, right? Can you see that? Lil Zippy with the Drippy. Make sure y'all check that video out. Because we had fun with that. There you go. Ain't that your boy? Oh, we had fun with him today. We had fun with him. Hey, look. That's all I'm gonna give y'all, man. You want to see that video, you go check it out. It's on the page. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. So we not never talking about another man, but I'm gonna check that. I'm gonna check what I don't respect, homie, at all times. Oh yeah, see, I got something for all y'all in the DMs. I got something for all y'all in the live chat, because we talked about DC Young Fly. We talked about his baby mama. R.I.P. to her. I gave some game to black women about just standing in your natural beauty. Stand in your natural beauty, man. A lot of us real men don't respect BBLs, man. It ain't no shortcuts to this thing. If I want a six pack, I do crunches and I go work out. Put the pain in, put the time in. So I gave that game up. We check the game about black people and the the misconceptions, the false narratives that's put out about black people, about us not being united, about us being divided. I broke that down. If you really want to see that, you want to hear that, then rewind some of this chat and you'll be able to see the game being spilled. But other than that, we are destroying the narrative and we are destroying anybody that's glorifying prison and pushing that to the youngsters. It's bad in New York City, man. Them youngsters need some guidance, man. Them youngsters need somebody to stand on grown man business that they can respect. And they don't respect no dude getting out of jail, working a 9 to 5, struggling right now. One thing about them youngsters, they respect what they see. You understand? They don't respect nothing but what they see. And salute to all the youngsters that rock with Grown Man Business TV, that's in the DMs, that see what I'm putting out, because men stand on actions. We are a man. That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you, Harlem Romeo. When you a man, you're going to be judged by your actions, homie. When you're a man, you can't just talk about jail, prison time all day and think, that's an illusion. That's a false sense of security when you think that those old jail stories and that old body you caught 20 years ago is what's getting you. You are not respected in the streets. Lil Zippy, you are not respected in the streets. You are a YouTube content creator that got made a little slogan and you're working your rounds right now. Keep working your rounds, man. I don't want to ever tell you to be humble. Because I never tell another black man to be humble. Stand on your 10 toes. Go hard for what you believe in. But, be careful, man. Talking about, guys that work every day or guys that get their money, however they getting their money. Be very careful because you are a 9 to 5 worker, Lil Zippy. Parole, the white man got you working a job, got you punching the clock, got you showing your little pay stubs every time you go live. The white man got you doing that. When you was in jail, the white man had you squatting. The white man had you stripping out your little jumpsuit, getting butt naked and squatting. And that's probably why you always talking about your weenie. Because for 18 years you had other men checking your bum hole. I gotta be careful with this YouTube. For 18 years, you had other men checking your bum hole. Every time you went to visitation, they was checking your bum hole. Every time you came out the cell and went to the shower, it was another man watching your weenie. And you got used to that. 18 years, you had no choice but to get used to that. You understand me? See, I'm gonna cut the head off. I'm gonna cut the head off and I'm gonna watch the body fall. Harlem Romeo. Salute, though. You in the chat? I appreciate you, man. All 15 people that's in the chat. I'd rather 15 lions be in the chat than 360 sheep being. I don't want 360 sheep around me, dog. Because me and 15 lions, we going to eat every sheep you got. We going to eat all 3, 8, 900 of them. We going to slaughter them. We going to have big, woolly coats for the wintertime, and we going to have a gang of meat in the freezer. And we going to eat good. We going to put on 30 pounds. That's how we do this. You understand me, Zippy? You 105 pounds. You smoking them joints of that gumbo every day. I would believe that you got something in that gumbo. I would believe that you sprinkling something on top of that gumbo. I would believe you got woo bang. Them is woo bangers you smoking. You know what a woo banger is. You from New York. I believe that. You too little to be. Wait, what? Yeah. So we having fun with it. I could go about these jail dudes, these fake gangsters, these so-called shooters that'll shoot somebody that look just like them. You know what I'm saying? They'll delete or smoke somebody that look just like them and then let the white man put cuts on them. Smoke somebody that look just like you. Smoke somebody that's living in poverty just like you. Living in the same projects, living in the same city where y'all ain't getting, come on, man, y'all living in poverty. Shooting dice and you will smoke them, but then when the white man or the boys in blue come around, you bow down. You let them put handcuffs on you. You let them lock you up for 18 years. You let them check your bum hole every time you got to be moved. You squatting and you putting in cups and sliding. I done heard the stories, man. This is what grown man business is going to debunk. So it is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be, man. I told y'all, y'all got. I normally give y'all an hour per hour. We be 2 hours in, so we about to hit that 2 hour mark, and I'm gonna slide up out of here, man. You already know what time it is. It's your boy, Grown Man Business TV. You can tap in and you can tap out, but you know my slogan, right? You know what I suggest, and I suggest you tap in. I suggest you tap into this grown man business. I suggest you tap into this grown man content at all times. You already know what it is. Straight off the brick into the bottle. Straight off the bricks into the bottle. Straight off the bricks into the bottle. Straight raw, pure, uncut, no extras, no preservatives. We not sugarcoat nothing. We not dressing nothing up. But we got to give it to them straight raw on all angles. Not just little drippy. I'm talking about all angles. All angles. Women, stand in your beauty. Start the process of getting that weave out your hair. Start the process of letting go of all the artificial extras that y'all add to y'all bodies, man. Stop with start with the cleansing. Y'all got to cleanse your mind of that, of that programming. You understand me? Don't put your life on the line for vanity. Don't lose your life for vanity, young ladies, old ladies, black women. Don't lose your life trying to look a certain way that's being promoted to you, that you think is it. It's not it. It's a tragedy what happened to DC Young Fly. And I said this before, I say it again. We're going to watch. We're going to keep our eyes open when it comes to DC Young Fly just to see. I believe he's just a casualty of war. I believe DC Young Fly is a casualty of war. I don't believe he had anything. He is more of a shock to him than anybody. I believe that. So with that being said, man, it is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. Salute to everybody in the chat. Salute to everybody that rocked out today. Salute to everybody that's going to come in later on and check the, content out. We in here. You could never get rid of Grown Man Business TV. And Grown Man Business will always trump jailhouse business. Grown Man Business will always trump jailhouse talk at all times. Somebody get this to Lil Zippy, man. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. Gang.